Hi everybody. So as you can see, or maybe not, I've just taken off from, let me just put the map over here. I use SkyVector, by the way, just to look at these navigation maps. So I've taken off from in Japan because today there's the new Japanese content, so I just wanted to have a look around. I've just taken off from Hanamaki, and as you can see from the VFR map, I'm sort of pointing in a northeasterly direction on top of these mountains. It's cloudy, so I don't have much visibility here. I mean, visibility on the ground is okay. And what I want to do is really navigate towards this point here, so this UR or Akita Airport, and this little symbol here on SkyVector, anyway, this hexagonal symbol is the VOR, and when the VOR is surrounded by a square, it means that it has a DME as well. So it's a VOR DME. The DME simply states that instead of just showing you in which direction you need to fly, it also gives you distance. So it will tell me whether I'm 30 miles away or 20 miles away and so on. And the hexagonal is the VOR, which basically is simply saying it's a beacon that emits a radio frequency or a radio signal that I can basically say, okay, well, follow that signal, but I might not know how far away it is. When it has the square around it, it means that I do know how far it is, and my equipment or my instruments can actually pick that up. So as I said, so right now I'm here thereabouts, pointing in a sort of northerly direction. Now, if I'm here and you want to follow the VOR, there is only really one bearing to actually get here from where I am here. So I can't go north, or I can't go south. I need to go in this particular direction. All right. Now, what's very important here is to just remember this number, 110.65. On SkyVector, VORs are always, the information for the VOR is always written in these blue rounded rectangles. These are other kind of beacons, which I don't know very well, but these VORs are always surrounded by a blue line. So what we want to do is key in this frequency, and then see if basically our airplane picks it up. Now I'm going to do this in a number of airplanes, but here I've just got the Cessna without the glass cockpit. So let me just move that out of the way. So 110.65. All right, let's just get that. Let's get that out of the way. I've paused it so that we can have some time. So if we look at that, we can see that at the moment, this top panel here is my my nav1 and com1, and this is com2 and nav2. So here we can switch between com and vloc. So I'm going to click on it once, and you can see that the highlighted part has gone to the bottom, and the frequency I wanted was 110.65, so I'm going to go down to 110 and 65, and then I'm just going to switch on, because basically what it does is the one on top is the active one, and then you can take your time to prepare your new frequency and then say, all right, let's have it active. All right. And I don't know if you noticed that this has now changed slightly. There was a bit of a change here. We'll look at that just now. All right, so I'm going to switch this from GPS to nav, and as soon as we do that, we can see that it has picked up the signal from this beacon or from the VOR, and it basically says that it seems like I'm not aligned. So if that line was right in the middle, that would mean that I'm actually going towards it, or that it would be aligned. And what we do in a manual way here is that we turn this knob around. Also notice this white arrow here. We turn it around. Now the arrow went down. So basically, if I go this way, if I go east or south or whatever, I'll be going away from the beacon. So I'll just turn. Oh, so there the line sort of crosses, but the arrow still points downwards. So this means that in this direction I'll be going perfectly away from the beacon. So let's turn it some more until that arrow swaps. There we go. Now I'm going towards it, and let's just see until it gets quite sensitive. All right, there. So it's aligned. So this is telling me that I should fly in a westerly direction, and more typically like a 290 degree heading. So that's what I'm going to do. And then if we want to fly manually, we'll just have to alter our heading so that this line is perfectly aligned. All right, so let's just get a bit out of this. I'm going to unpause. And I need to fly in a 290. Yeah, so that's this way. But having said that, okay, I believe there's a bit of a problem, because we can see here on our compass it says that I'm going kind of north, right? At least 20 degrees in a northerly direction, and this is telling me that I'm going where I need to go, and this is wrong, right? So basically I'm going to turn this until it matches the compass, because obviously our direction is slightly gone awry. So let me just go here. So this is sort of right, and now let's go towards that 290 bearing. Okay, now I'm diving as well, so I must be careful. Okay, so here I would be in the sort of direction that I need to be. Now we can see that the VOR or the nav1 has gone off center again, so I can just click, rotate it until it's there. And here I can see now that I need to go in a more 285, so which is where I am right now. So this is great. So if I carry on like this, then I'll go straight towards that particular VOR. And we can see on the map here, I'll just bring it onto this screen again, you can see that now my aircraft looks at least like it's going in that general direction. So for the moment I'm still quite far away, but it seems I'm aligned. But then as we get closer, we'll get, it will probably tell us that we're off course, and then we'll just readjust and keep that line perfectly in the center, and then you'll be flying right over that particular point over there. All right, so I think I'll fast forward now, or at least I'll just zap towards the part where we're getting really close to this VOR, just to see what happens when we get close and when we even pass it. All right, so see you just now. So we're back, and you see I've been trying all the way to hold this particular line vertical here, and it looks, if we cheat a bit and take the IFR map, the VFR map, sorry, that we are heading straight to this Akita airport. Now, just one thing, like if the line drifts a little bit to the left, it means that you need to actually go towards that direction. So you would turn left until the line realigns again, and then just pick up the same heading that's written over here, or else you just twiddle the knob until the line goes onto the straight, onto the vertical, and then you adapt your heading to match that. So so we're almost there. And we should be flying over the VOR pretty soon. Let's just put the map back here so that you can actually see what's going on. Now I believe that flashing light here is the runway. So yeah, there we go, Akita. So you know, the navigation did bring us where we wanted, and of course, I mean, that can be, and when there's very little visibility, we can still navigate using this. Once we get there, then I'll show you another very important thing, which is flying away from a VOR, because like here, going to a VOR is quite straightforward. you basically just key in the frequency and then go towards that particular spot. Flying away from a VOR is different because you can actually fly away from a VOR in any number of directions. So you need to know which direction you would like to go. But sometimes it's useful because you have this VOR that you're at, you know you want to go in a particular direction, but you're not yet receiving the VOR that you want to get to or that you want to follow. So you basically say, all right, instead of just ambling and going in a southerly direction and hoping, you can basically say that you want to go from a particular VOR in a particular direction, and the navigation aids will help you. All right, so here I'm not going to land. I'm just going to pass over it, and you'll see that the VOR is just after the runway here. So it's just on the western side of this highway, so on the far end. And I want you to look carefully at this arrow, because as we fly over it, first of all, the line will become unstable because we're so close that now it basically says, oh no, you're going right, you're going left, and it goes a bit crazy. And also that arrow should change and should say that we're now flying away from the VOR. At the moment, we're still flying towards it. As I said, it's on the opposite side of the runway, so on the far end, somewhere around there. And we just need to get there. So let me just speed up and see. It's also a pretty windy day here. Let's have a look. I haven't really seen if there's any new Japanese scenery, but apparently there is. But I haven't had to update anything, so either it's on their server, or else I haven't received the update yet. So this is still the old Japanese scenery. All right, let's have a look. Remember, keep focused on this thing here, and we'll see what it tries to do. Okay, so the VOR should just be after the runway. Let's see if it is. Okay, here, as I said, you can see the line is drifting away because we're right on top of it now. And hopefully this little triangle will change. There we go, the line is going a bit crazy, and let's see. Oh. Okay, now it's going left, right, so we must be right over it. And here you can see that the arrow or the triangle has changed, so that means that now we're flying away from this particular VOR. And you can see from here, again, cheating with the VFR map, you can see that my plane is right on top here. Now, so this brings on the second topic. The second topic is flying away from a VOR. Now, a little bit different. So let's assume we wanted to go in a sort of southwesterly direction from the VOR. So really from there, because that's where we want to go, let's say. So I'm going to twiddle this knob here until I get the exact direction that I want. So let's say, according to my map, I had to be at about a southeasterly, let's say, oops, not quite, yeah, or let's say let's say I want it to be at exactly 190. Now, I set that 190 and then basically I turn and I bank until that white line centers. And when it reaches the center, that means that I am going perfectly at 190 degrees from the actual beacon, or from the actual VOR. So let's see. Okay, and of course this map is cheating, so let's move it out because we shouldn't see that actually. Okay, so I'm just flying here. I'm flying east, as we can see from my instruments here. But let's just try and go south a bit. We need to help it a bit, but and we're still quite close to it, so let's just see. Yeah, there you can see the line is now approaching it. So now if I fly in a like when the line crosses, I actually align myself to south, well, to 190 there, and you can see that I'm slightly off. So if I really want to be 190 from that particular point, now I need to bank some more until the line crosses again. So I'm going in the direction of the line, even when I'm flying away from it. And as it crosses, then I just quickly go back to my 190. And hopefully, with a bit of coordination, there we go. Now if I keep 190, and if I'm far away enough from the VOR now I will be on a straight line from that VOR in a direction 190, so south, a little bit east of south, no, west of south, and I'll be going towards where I need to go, I guess. All right, now all of this can also be done with the autopilot. The autopilot simply just does what I've just done now automatically, so adjusting and banking left and right until the heading is right. But I can do I can maybe do a quick snippet of that just now, so that it's a complete video. All right, thanks for watching.